Nick Hammond. A couple of years ago, I was severely underweight. A couple of years before that, I was severely overweight. So I've gone from 100 kilos down to 85 healthily, going to the gym, and then in a couple of weeks, I dropped severely down to 75 kilos. And then I moved up to the Gold Coast and I saw everybody up here and went into body dysmorphia and formed an eating disorder. I went down to 68 kilos and thought I was still too heavy and too big at 68 kilos and wanted to get skinnier. And it wasn't until I started going to the gym properly and training that I realized I was very, very unhealthy. It took me about 4 years to actually admit that I did have an eating disorder. So I started training, getting a little bit healthier, trying to put on weight. Wasn't working. I started speaking to one of the people I did my personal training course with, who was a physique bodybuilder, and asked him if he could put me through a comp to see how I'd go. And it wasn't until that point that I actually started to put on the weight, and it took me 4 years to put on 4 kilos. But once I started bodybuilding, I was putting on the weight healthily, got to the right size, competed, fell in love with it, and I've been competing for 6 years now. And I will never turn back. It's the challenge of going through the 20 weeks, 12 weeks, however long you do, however long you choose to prep for, and just that end goal of, okay, I've got to get down to a certain weight, I've got to get to a certain size, and doing it, and it's just what I do now. I can't think of my life without it. It's probably the happiest I've been in several years, especially with my weight side of it. And it's always chasing that, I don't know, I went from having body dysmorphia to getting too skinny to now going, okay, I need to get as big as possible, and always chasing that little bit bigger, getting a little bit more size about me. And ever since starting with Purpose, it's just skyrocketed from there. I was looking back on my first couple of comps, I was the little skinny person on stage, and then started with Purpose Fitness, and each year I've actually seen the difference in my size, and just going through it year after year after year, improving on what I did the year before, changing the way that you train, changing the way that you eat, and just changing the way that you think about food and think about the gym. It is true, once you start the gym, it becomes a lifestyle. It's not oh yeah, I'll just go to the gym once or twice a week. You have to put in the hard work to get what you need to do. And yeah, we'll never look back on it, ever. And I won't stop training.